So in my previous video, it cut off just about this at this point when I was describing this ring holder. See, on eBay, a lot of eBay sellers also sell supplies, so they know exactly the right supplies to use in eBay photos and also just if you're reselling. So you can get a great deal from eBay sellers who sell supplies for eBay selling, if that makes any sense. So I was telling you about this ring holder, and it's such a good piece to use to hold your rings. But if in a pinch, or if you just want that rustic look, like I like these rustic looking things, use a clothespin. You can get a pack of these from the dollar store, and you can use multiples to either use for your pictures or just to use when you're setting up a booth. I'm hoping to soon set up a booth, so just having a simple clothespin really works. So in a few of my pictures, I'll show you that. And you see how now this wood table is getting a lot of character, and it's getting these little marks and bits because I took off that veneer. I like that because I want that bit of character, that kind of worn look. So I'm going to go back to what I was telling you about that ring. This is such a pretty ring. You know, sometimes you just happen to get lucky and you find a piece that will really stand out. And that's what happened with this ring. I didn't expect this ring to be what it turned out to be, but I'm really happy that I ended up buying the ring. And I got lucky with it. So, you know, it turned out to be a really good deal. And what I like about it is the prongs can be pulled back. So if you have another stone that will fit that ring, you can pop that stone in and then just put it back the way you got it initially. So it's a very versatile piece. Again, for us crafters, DIYers, we like things that can be sort of reused and repurposed and changed out. It just, like, whenever something is either comes interchangeable or you can make it interchangeable, it's just like the best thing for us crafters, because that's exactly what we're looking for in pieces. This other little heart piece, let me see if I can get a better picture of that. Let's see. I'll zoom in, I'll zoom out so I can get a piece. Okay, there we are. This was such an inexpensive piece. I like to say cheap. This is such a cheap piece, but it's so pretty. And what I like about it is because it's two-toned, you can go with a silver necklace, you can go with a gold necklace, or you can put it on like a little piece of string, shoelace, ribbon, whatever you want, and you get that kind of big, bold look. A lot of the things that are coming in for this season, for 2021 fall, are big gold pieces, chunky pieces, a lot of statement pieces, bold pieces. You're going to see chandeliers again, you know, chandelier earrings, chandelier pendants. You're going to see a lot of brooches, which I love. What you can do with something like this is, if you have a brooch, if you don't have a brooch, you take this and you put it on a pin and just pin it to you. That gives you that kind of look of having a brooch without actually having to go out and buy brooches. There are so many ways you can make something different. Put it on a ribbon, cut the ribbon down. So you tie a ribbon to it, cut the ribbon down to make a bow, and then use a safety pin and put the safety pin on the inside of your clothing. And then you'll have a nice bow with this great bit of jewelry. So there are so many ideas that you can come up with. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a big, bold look to be trendy. So this is, again, we crafters and DIYers love things that are versatile and interchangeable. You take your bow and sparkly heart brooch. During the day you wear it to work. At night you take it off. You put that, get another piece of ribbon that will fit your neck. They're coming up with a lot of choker style necklaces, and use it, the ribbon, tie it close to your neck so it becomes a choker. Then when you want to have that little sparkly look for under a cute button down blouse, you put it onto a chain. You can just do so much. There are so many ideas. Like I said, with creativity, anything's possible. You come up with an idea and you just try to fiddle around with it. Spend a rainy day inside playing with your pieces and making them work with your wardrobe. And I said in a previous video about how these earrings can be used can be taken apart and used to craft. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about these bracelets. This one on top, I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can get it better. Okay, let's zoom out. So the one on top costs a little bit more. It's from a seller on eBay that I love, and I wish I had the name nearby so I could tell you about this seller. I really love this seller because this seller tends to have things that are free shipping, and the seller uses a lot of natural stones. So what the seller will do is use a natural stone on a with findings that are not real. So maybe the findings will be made out of like a lesser degree metal, so you get the real stones. So once the findings tend to tarnish, you can then use those stones on something else. So I really love that seller. The bottom piece, let's see if we can zoom in on that. These are just rhinestones, and I got it really for an inexpensive price. I think that the seller was fairly new to eBay, so it was a way of sort of promoting his or her shop, and so that seller made this an affordable price. What you can do is go on to eBay and just search under free shipping, and then put in as a filter prices like say under $1. And what will happen is you'll see like things that are ending soonest, and you start bidding. And once you start bidding on those items, you start to find some really good deals. These earrings again were a really good price. This is the type of earring that's going to be in fashion this fall and winter. So you can see how that is a bold piece. And because you have such a bold piece like that, you don't have to use a lot of other jewelry. If you do, it's not a problem. That's what's in fashion this season. But if you don't have a lot of other pieces, you get something like this and you'll wear it a lot. And this goes back, I wanted to answer a question that some people have about whether you can mix and match tones, gold tone, silver tone. Absolutely. You can mix and match gold tone, silver tone. If you love rose gold, add that to it. A while ago, we used to have 3 color necklaces. So you have sort of a tricolor necklace. You had gold, silver, and rose gold. And those pieces were so beautiful. And it was a way of wearing all the great colored metals together. And so you can do that same thing with your pieces. Rose gold is so pretty, and it's sometimes hard to find, but if you find a piece of rose gold, definitely buy it. Sometimes you'll see people selling it because they really don't know what to do with it. It has that like pinkish color to it, which is so flattering on almost all skin tones. Buy that, because that's that middle gold that goes with silver or white gold, and it goes with yellow gold. So those tri-gold colors, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, so pretty together, so pretty together. This necklace this bracelet over here is a 3-set bracelet. Again, really cheap. It's sort of an elastic bracelet where you have this sort of black rhinestone. It's such a cool, edgy piece. So you can see how you compare this with this, and it would look great together. So everything can kind of match together. Let's see if I have a picture of this anklet. Before I go on to that, I wanted to tell you how you can create a similar look in your houseware. So just like I'm showing you the big, bold, sparkly pieces in jewelry, replicate that in your houseware, in your home decor. This was a frame I got for a really inexpensive price. I mean, I went into one of these type of closeout stores where they have just an assortment of things, and you never really can find the same thing over again. You just happen to find it, and then the next time you go looking for that same thing, you won't find it again. So let me zoom out a little bit with this one. Sorry for any of the noise in the background. Please just ignore those noises. But what happens with your houseware, if you can replicate, so you can see how that frame picks up on the sparkle of these earrings. It picks up on the silver tone. It picks up on the over embellishment of the jewelry collection. So it's supposed to be outrageously gaudy. So it's not, these pieces aren't for the faint of heart. It's for people who like that extra looking glamour and over the top furnishing. I think, when you have a home, it should reflect not only your personality, but it should really be aspirational. So what your home should be is not only what you are now, but what you would like to be. So if you want to create pieces in your home that reflect you and where you would like to be, find those pieces that you say, well, that really isn't my taste, but I like it. And then add that to your decor. So if you're someone who tends to be a little bit more modern, but you see something that's traditional that you like, but you say, well, that really won't match, add that piece to your collection. Because over time, once you start to add that piece to your collection, you'll find other pieces that will match back to that more traditional look. And you'll have more of an eclectic feel to your home. Your home won't just be cold, and not to say that modern is cold, but modern tends to be more minimalistic, less cluttered, less layering. If you find something that you like that's traditional, add it to your home, and over time you'll start to add pieces that will fit that, and your home will start to reflect who you are, who you want to be, and the type of looks that you will feel comfortable living with. That's what is the best part about decor, the best part about jewelry, the best part about fashion. That it doesn't just have to reflect your life as it is now. It can also reflect the way you would like your life to progress. And that's part of what I'm saying with this, that your home should reflect you and what direction you want to go in. So should your fashion and jewelry. So you might say, well, maybe you don't like this type of bold earring, but you see how this is sort of replicating that same look without being so blingy, so over the top. So you don't have to go right to this type of earring if this isn't you. Feel free to sort of gradually go into that same look and find pieces that will work with who you are and your personality. But after wearing these earrings, you may say, wow, maybe I should, for an evening out or for a special occasion, get something that's a little bit flashier, like these. So it really should be something that you feel comfortable wearing and that you feel reflects who you are. So going back to this, I wanted to show you this bracelet and why that bracelet is this and an anklet, but you can always wear it as a bracelet. That's what I like about getting things on eBay. The one thing that I would like to say is for people who have a bigger wrist, you want to really check the description to find out the size. I have a small wrist, so things tend to be big, and I sometimes have to take out links. It's easy to do when you buy these types. So for those of you who have a small wrist like I have, get these types of bracelets so that you can easily just take it. You can see how you can take out the links and make it shorter and then just put the toggles back on. But for those with a little bit of a bigger wrist, and if that's a concern for you, then what you have to do is make sure you check the description and find out that this will fit your wrist. This is actually an anklet, but it can easily be worn as a bracelet for someone who has a wider wrist. And you see how most of these pieces have that circular design. So you have shapes. That's another thing that you would want to look into. Years ago, I wrote an article about finding the right earring for your face shape. That's something that people should find out, because if you have a certain face shape, certain pieces will look better on you than others. So even if it's ultra trendy, if it's not flattering, then it doesn't make a lot of sense to buy it. So this is an assortment of earring sizes and shapes. You have your circular shapes, then you have things that are more of a pear shape. Find out the shape that works best for your face, and whenever you find those pieces, buy it. Because sometimes it's hard when you have when certain things are trendy, like when hoops are in fashion. Hoops are now really in fashion, and you'll find a lot of hoops. Not all hoops are flattering for people. So you might say, okay, well, I want a hoop look, but I really don't like the flatter. It doesn't flatter your face as much. Then go with something that's more of a pear shape. You can get hoops that are sort of angular, and you'll find a lot of those. Those are also hoops, but they don't have that round look. So if something like this might not work for your face, then you can get, instead of getting it like a shield, and that circular shield, you can find something that's more of an maybe asymmetrical shape or sort of a freeform shape. So you have a lot of options. So I hope this video helps. Feel free to comment and ask any questions that you may have, and I will be uploading a new video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.